Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Sales Mindset TV show. I'm Chris and I'm here with Steve.
Hi Chris. Hi all.
You alright?
Yep. Are you?
I am, I'm good. I want to quickly pick up, continue on networking.
Yeah.
Every day is a networking day.
Oh, that could be some marketing
It
line, couldn't it?
But it is, isn't it? Even if you're not at a networking event or you're not online, because you're in charge of your own business or you're the salesperson for your business, potentially anywhere is a lead, isn't it?
Well, is it? I guess the point for me here, if I could bring it down a bit, is that you represent your business wherever you go.
Yeah.
So, it's about keeping consistency in your behaviour, your message, and ensuring that if you do happen to have that conversation that evolves, you're not pounding a sales message down some poor random stranger's throat, but if there's some mutual connection or some mutual value, there's a chance to drop casually into the conversation and take it to another place, I guess. Okay. I wouldn't like to think you're in the Tesco's queue and you're sort of having a word with everybody in front of you and behind you.
Okay, because we're at an event recently. We're at a social media event, listening to a social media expert. We do go to them. We do know everything already, I like to think. But sometimes it's good to listen to the thought leaders in our group. And I managed to actually sell to the person sat next to me.
Oh, right.
Who wasn't a social media agency, but was there to learn about social media, and I managed to sell to him. So kind of anywhere can be a networking event, can it?
It can be, but I think they were obviously in a buying cycle.
Okay.
They were ready to buy, and I'm sure there was a little bit of qualification and some good questions that you asked that positioned your business.
I felt like half my job was done for me, admittedly.
Right, yeah. And I mean, if people are ready to buy, they're ready to buy. And we should not forget that as sellers, that we shouldn't say that they're not going through the same process. And we remember a couple of weeks ago we talked about, one of the important things you do in sales is you match your sales approach to your buyer's journey. Potentially your buyer there was at that event to buy something.
Okay, so that's fine, just don't sell in Tesco's.
Yeah.
Because you talk a lot about how sales has got a dirty name for itself because of all the tactics out there, and that's something you want to change.
Yeah.
Do you think that those people who aren't able to turn off their sales side and do sell to everybody in the line at Tesco's, are those the people that are not really helping the situation?
If they're doing it knowingly, then yes. We've spoken before about the number of phone calls you now get at home, and if you actually get to the phone in time and pick it up, nobody speaks, and you think, what is this all about? And I know that's not networking, but it's the behavioural side of things. So I think if people are knowingly coming into a networking event, or they are pitching too quickly, too aggressively, then you're right, they're not doing themselves any good. They're not doing the networking scene any good, and they're not feeding the overall good feeling that should be created from joining a room of like-minded business people, where you can learn as well as talk about your business. You can learn from others. So but I think there are some that go to networking events, Chris, who haven't yet learnt what a networking event's about. And actually, you might go in there if you're a confident soul and actually just go and sell because you think that's what it's about. The other side, if you are not confident, you might just go there and not really get involved. So networking, it's not a place for me. It's not a place where we should be sort of doing that. But yes, there can be a bad behaviour that drives through some of this activity.
Do you think people tend to be worse on social media networking than they do out in groups?
Well, I mean, what I enjoy about the group that we post these videos in is that the conversation is centred around a common goal to help smaller businesses enjoy selling, right?
Yep.
And I think what we see is if people have that common purpose and goal, the conversation is managed and is respectful. But in online or offline, if there are no boundaries or barriers or understanding, sometimes that conversation becomes a free-for-all.
Yeah.
So I've seen on social media where, yeah, it is very pitchy, you know, and I've even been put in Facebook jail once myself for being over salesy and pitchy. And you learn the lesson that there is a line, and it's good that there are moderators out there because it helps us protect that space that we don't go into.
Okay. It's difficult today, isn't it? But if you had to give a tip, what would that tip be? So
if there was a tip today, I mean, you mentioned every day is a networking day, but I think it's about being respectful.
Okay.
In that space. I don't know about you folks watching this, but I enjoy a networking event more when there are nice conversations that are two-way, that aren't just centered about one person talking. And actually, you're not just thinking about how can this person help me, but you're actually thinking about how might this connection help my broader network of people.
Okay, brilliant. So I hope that helped everybody listening today. We've actually gone quite deep within terms of Steve's mind to understand a bit more about the good and bad side of selling in a network environment. If you do have any questions, and hopefully you do, please ask Steve. Doesn't matter how deep they are, let's get him really thinking about his questions today.
Thank you.
Do put them in the comment box. We'd love to hear from you. But from us two here, from me and Steve, that's all we've got time for. Thank you and have a great day.
See you.